365 Days of Horsemanship, day 104. Not too bad of a day today. The farrier came for Lawrence, which was a good opportunity. Somebody else had already brought him up. And it was a good opportunity just to spend some time with him while he was tied. He definitely just internalizes everything. Just before I arrived, he'd freaked out, pulled back and managed to cut himself, which is like classic him. The wrong situation at the wrong time. It's been a while since that's happened, but it's one of those things. He takes everything inside and just stands there like concerned, and so then when anything happens, it's like it's too much, and now it's like, oh my god, we've got to go, we've got to leave right now. And the funny thing was, the farrier was saying to me that actually what this other horse had freaked out about had all been over before Lawrence had kind of even noticed, and then he was just freaking out because everyone else was freaking out, which is also classic him. And he's takes him a while to think about things. He's very intelligent, but he's a slow thinker. He needs time to like sit down and process everything, and then he can make really good choices. And so when things happen too quickly for him, it's like overload. And I think a lot of things happen too quickly for him because I don't think he was ever, when he was younger, given the time to feel okay about things. And I think when I bring him up on his own and the farrier's not here and there's nothing else going on, he's worried about just the general concept of being tied. So it's not very surprising that even if he outwardly appears like he's fine being tied in this situation, that then when something would happen extra to that, it's like too much stress. So it was nice to kind of come up and be with him after that and try to kind of help him open up a little bit again. And it's interesting because I definitely think that could be an interesting thing for us to play with once the halter's on. Once we're in a place where we can halter and haltering's okay, then that could be one of the things that we play with, is we just come up and we tie and we just do nice things and feel okay, and then we go back. So it was nice. It was a good day. It was nice to kind of have him being put in a slightly stressful situation and just being able to come in and make everything better. It was a great place to be. And with Mia, I came up. Oh, I'm so yawny. Sorry, guys. I came up and I just played a little bit with. It was all like freedom-based training. It was all freedom-based training, and I just played with. Elsa talks about at the beginning having like a clock face around your horse, where you're standing in different places, and you're just waiting until it feels the best it could possibly feel in that place, and then you move to a new place of flow. And so I just played that game with her, and basically my cue for moving was her looking towards me, like her eye flicking towards me. And it was interesting to see actually just how often that does happen. And I think I spoke about this maybe yesterday or the day before, but I definitely think that she manages to be to be eating all the time, because she's not completely in freeze. She's from this place. She's like looking around, she's looking over here, she's looking over there. She's still eating, but she's mostly looking and doing other things. There's focus changes that are happening inside of this freeze that she has. Excuse me. Oh, now that's better. Yes, so that was good. I basically just played with that. Nothing much really happened, to be honest, and I think that might be the theme with her for the next few days at least. I'm sort of thinking, my gut's kind of telling me that I need to that I need to just commit to playing in flow for the next few days, at least, and just seeing where it goes, because I get bored easily of doing that. And I'm like, oh, it's not working. Like, very quickly I'm like, oh, nothing's happening, she's not making focus changes, like the magic hasn't happened, and actually I've just not given it enough time. So I think I will either, because the problem is like I have to be so focused on her to see these eye flicks and these eye twitches, that it feels quite predatory, because I'm just there, like quite close to her, just sort of staring at her like this. And I try to like look around and do these things, but I do have to keep my eye on her to not miss those. So I think tomorrow I'll come and I'll either play that again, or I'll bring my book and I'll read my book while I'm in flow with her. And I'll just be reading and checking up and reading and checking up in a little bit more of a casual way, playing the same game, but not putting so much pressure on myself to catch every single eye twitch, every single eye flick. And I think I'll kind of alternate between those two ideas, and kind of see if anything comes out of that, I think. Because I think, the door that is open to me, that I sort of strayed away from because I was able to do more training with her, and that was working, and that was building a relationship, and it was positive. I sort of strayed away from, Elson and I talked about with Mia that I would either go for a training perspective, or I can go for completely passive perspective, and I just accept her for who she is. And so that's an option that's sort of still open to me and is more attractive now that the other options aren't there. And so maybe this is it. Maybe this is, this is what all of these changes have pointed me to, that actually this is the pathway that we're going to be taking, that we're meant to take. So I'm just going to come tomorrow, same thing in mind, and maybe start playing a little bit with distance as well. Just kind of see where we go, really. I'm hoping it'll be interesting. I'm hoping I'll have things to talk about, things that will happen. I have this concern that nothing will happen, but I think things are always happening. It's just whether or not we notice them or not. So I guess I'll try my best to notice them, so that I can let you guys know.